qualified, pre-qualified, reliable leads versus you trying to Google who can buy my product. Yeah. And then lastly, you'll see also that email that I got from Forum for International Training. It has a discount and promo code if you wanted to sign up for any of the courses that the organization provides. There is a promo code that gives you 15% discount on their course. Yeah.
So, how about this training? How does that help in our career in case we take? Because they have 6 courses.
Yeah.
Each course comes with $300. Does that require to complete all 6 to get into this?
No, I would say it's required. I wouldn't say it's mandatory. The courses are really designed to bridge the gaps in your knowledge of international trade. So first step I would suggest you to do is to look closer into the content of the training modules. I believe they have 6 now. And see for yourself which one you feel like you need the most, because you may be well aware of, say, everything else, you may be missing one of them. And then, again, depending on your situation, you may or may not want to take the training course. It's just, you got to determine your personal situation.
But it's online.
It's online, yeah.
It's online. There's nothing.
You can do it in colleges.
No, I called the colleges. Like my experience, I think 6, 7 colleges I called. Nobody returned the call.
Sure.
And then I asked them why. They say that everybody's on summer vacation.
So just phone the office and ask in your area if there's any in-person.
Yeah, I called this hotel.
Yeah, this you can actually also, if you look at that email, there's a gentleman, his name is Ewan. Anyways, so you can give him a call and he will. Yeah.
6, 7, we were very annoyed.
Well, that's all.
Yeah, so that's all. They also say that's all you can do. Same thing.
This is strange. This is strange. I know the gentleman who used to teach in Seneca College. Emiliano.
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Can you email me like afterwards? I'll send you the email of someone that may be able to help you.
This is the gentleman I'm referring to who used to go to this event. Yeah.
Niagara College also offers a postgraduate certificate in international business, which contains a lot of the FIT courses.
Yeah.
And when you complete it, you actually get a diploma from FIT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any other comments, questions before we wrap up?
Yep. From your experience, what are Canadian products that have good opportunity for export? Apart from like the big things like oil and gas,
of course, yeah.
medical equipment.
Very good question. So the question is, which Canadian products have the advantage? So over the years, I noticed one thing about Canada and the Canadian economy and Canadian manufacturing is that Canadians are very good in building custom solutions, custom-made products in the production volume. So they can do production volume custom work for you. And it really includes all industries. Food products. This is #1 non-oil exports from Canada. Lots of different food products, both raw food and the prepared foods. This is the #1 I think you should pay close attention to. Then if you talk oil and gas, it's not just oil and gas really, it's also all the equipment, all those different things, gadgets and so forth that are required in mining and in oil and gas production and extraction. Lots of parts, automotive parts, aerospace, but again, you may not necessarily have the contacts in those areas. But if you wanted like the easiest one would be probably prepared foods. Food products. It's #1 non-oil export from Canada, really.
It's also very tricky.
Maple syrup?
Yeah, for sure. But where to? Where to?
And where? Where to? You go to the Comtrade database, and you look up which countries buy Canadian maple syrup
Again,
and where you have the connections. Right?
yeah.
Sorry, somebody.
With maple syrup, then you're fighting the Quebec cartel. Like, you really do. I mean, I have maple syrup in one of my products. It's impossible. Only because you can't get in
No, but
to Quebec.
yeah. Well, unfortunately, I can't comment on that.
Well, they provide 90% of maple syrup.
Yeah, yeah.
Right there.
I mean, I heard that concern before. There's also a growing concern about, for example, Canadian lentils and peas. A lot of people, especially those who come from South Asia, they want to buy cheap peas, lentils, and these kind of products. But this is controlled by boards, and it's not easy to get into the board. I mean, I heard complaints that people were phoning the Saskatchewan lentil board, and they were referring them to the traders, to those companies that already trade. And well, if you are trading with lentils, why the hell you wanted to work with your competitor? You're not gonna work with your competitor.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some issues with it.
Yeah.
At least I gave you enough to identify the products and markets. Yeah. Any other questions? I think probably. I think someone has a question. No? Yeah.
From my my experience, my experience was that the Canadian companies usually is not really aggressive in certain markets, like the African markets.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. They rely more on the government to give them some funds. They're not ready to put the money forward and go and really prospect the market. So it's all in the structure, and it's all governmental, and the fund that you get from the government are very insufficient. So anyone that will really go in the future market, because Africa is one of the, is not one, is the upcoming market right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So my advice is that Canadian companies has to be willing to put some prospecting or prospect money forward. Use the African people that are here and that have the experience, that understand the culture, to go in this country and prospect, to be there for the trade shows that are happening in the country, to be in the country, speak to people, understand the culture of the colonial relationship between these countries that you want to go to, and what's going on. Because if you want to go to the Ivory Coast, be sure and be prepared that you're going to fight the French people, because they already have wrapped up all the system. So you gotta have a plan.
Yeah.
Work around these guys
Absolutely.
Yeah.
to put yourself into the market.
Absolutely.
And I think the companies are too cold feet, and it's complicated.
It is. This is
I was
very.
in South Africa. All these great commissioners, it's zero.
Yeah, exactly.
They give you a few names and that's it.
Absolutely.
But there's not
You're absolutely right, because what I knows about Canada, and especially Canadian exports, it's not. I mean, people are very used to exporting to the United States, which is easy. It's the same language, same legislation, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the export markets, other export markets, what I found is that the problem is really that, not that they are not willing to, but they rather are afraid of those markets because they don't have the framework. They don't have the step-by-step process of market discovery and market entry. And I mean, I'm trying to get this information to as many companies and people as I can, and hopefully I will do more and more of those workshops as time goes by, and in order to engage more and more Canadians into this business. And just one little comment. In your case, if you come across the companies, Canadian companies that are not willing to invest in developing African markets just yet, but you know that this market has a potential, then perhaps it may be a good idea for you to buy, say, the product as a Canadian, to buy the product from a Canadian company and then deal with exporting yourself. That's just an idea for you. If you know, for example, folks at Ivory Coast very well, you have the business connections there, just buy the product as a Canadian person or a Canadian company if you have the company and sell it elsewhere.
Wholesale.
Yeah. Sir, I think you had a question.
Yeah, I'm curious to know how this data gets collected.
Which one of those?
At the borders,
Yep.
has the UN set up electronic reporting systems that your certain border designated people are keying that in?
Yeah, I would assume so. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly technically how it works, but I would assume so. This is the customs data that
Or is
it's
the
supposed to be
data
customs
being
data.
reported to the country and the country, the IRS or the CRA reporting it to the UN?
Might be. Unfortunately, I can't comment.
The World Trade Organization is.
But I'll make a comment to that. Like I've done some research a few years back where like I had to determine trade movement between countries, and I found that this was the most reliable because even if you go to a specific country that has a lot of data, it will always pertain to that specific country. So this is the most global, and it will definitely give you an idea of where the goods are moving and like what are the like even if you don't have the exact volume. Like I don't know of any other competition to this database except maybe Euromonitor, but I haven't like you have to purchase, you have to buy in for that. But then this one is free and it's like it's more about trade movement. It's not about having the exact numbers. And even if you have like even if you were to do a report and use these numbers, like no one will blame you for that because it's from the UN and it's a trusted source already. So regardless of how reliable or how accurate it is, trust me, like I've done the research and this was the most used, the one that I used the most to do my research. Yeah.
What was the service you just said?
I'm sorry?
What was the service you just said for the?
No, she was talking about the database, the UN country. She was saying like where's the information come from, like how is the information collected, and I'm like this is like the numbers maybe they may not be accurate, like but then it will definitely give you an idea of trade movement.
I just heard you said like they also have a paid service kind of thing.
Euromonitor.
Oh,
Euromonitor.
oh,
Euromonitor. Yeah.
So
Euromonitor.
just on that note as well, there are a lot of private paid-for databases that collect information based on customs filings. So any product that moves across the world has to be reported as it comes into a country based on its HS codes. And that's how, when you look at world trade data and GDP and what comes in and out, it's based on the volume of dollars, commodities that go in and out, right? That is a national, international recognized reporting system that countries have to do because they use those statistics then to propel to World Trade Organizations, to other countries to market, hey, this is how much money has come in goods and services to our country. Based on that filing that the UN database files that Government of Canada uses, there are half a dozen of them, Panjiva, Zalva, Euromonitor, and these are all paid for services that, I'm not sure what that metadata tab does, but I know that Panjiva, you can drill down so far into it that you can find out the exact company who has shipped product, the company that's ordered it, how much they paid for it, the volume of it, how often they do it, what the product is, what the price per kg or service is. And Panjiva charges probably about anywhere from $500 a month to $3,000 to $4,000 to $10,000 a month, depending on the kind of data you want. So if you're looking to spend your marketing dollars, the two things I would recommend in my history and my experiences, as the gentleman said, is find your countries you want to work in, set aside $10,000 to $15,000 a year on flights and entering trade shows, and then spend some money on these trade databases, and you will drastically cut down your time for research. That's my experience.
Well, just one last thing. For wrap up, there's also an evaluation form. It's optional, but if you want to give a feedback in your handouts, there's a evaluation form. I appreciate any comments and suggestions. Thank you very much.